What is up, guys? Welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge, where I started off with $1 and trying to get 1% profit every single day through gambling, sports betting, and investing until I get to $1 million. So we're sitting on day 389 of this challenge, and today I got a pretty big episode. I got some big updates, and it's gonna be a good one, I think. I have good faith today. So we're gonna go through 4 days of playthrough. That's the goal. And before I really dive into some stuff, might be a little bit of a longer intro. I got to show some bonuses, a little bit longer than usual. And I want to do a little insight of what the game plan is going to be today. So, like I said, we're doing 4 days. And to give you guys a little sneak peek into what we're getting into, if I just drag this column down a little bit, and I copy the days that we're going to be playing over here. So that's basically just like if we didn't gamble at all today, we just left the balance as is. I didn't even do anything on camera today. This is where we'd be sitting at. So that's a pretty big jump. And you can see over here that we have 3 losing days and 1 really big gain on the bankroll. I'm explaining this, but basically I'll show the bonus here in a second. But in Bet Online, we went up like $600, and it was a bad, I guess it was a good mistake. It was a stupid mistake, but it worked out really good. But we really don't need to play today, because you can see we're behind the tracker, and if I didn't do anything today, if I didn't gamble at all today, we would be pretty much caught back up to the tracker. I'm gonna gamble today. We're gonna do some gameplay, but yeah, the balance is gonna be pretty good. We already have I was kind of debating if we even needed to play today. I know I always try to get 1% profit every day, but with this almost 14% return on the 1 day, it kind of washes the other 3 days. So I'll kind of get into that afterwards. Let's show the bonuses though for the 4 days. We only have a few bonuses, but we got 1 big one. So let's hop into that real quick. All right, so for the first one here, we just have our weekly bonus on the website we use. It was $9.34. So a nice little bonus there. And then on Bet Online, they had this promotion that was bet $150 on slots, or it was a specific slot. So bet $150 on this one slot and you get $25 cash. And I don't think I show it here, but there's another promotion below down here where I think it was wager 75 on slots and you get $15. So really, it was $225 wagered on slots to get $40 total. I forgot to show that, but it pops back up at the end of the video. Excuse me. Yeah, pops back up at the end of this little bonus here. But so yeah, I was thinking all right, $225 to get $40 back, pretty good deal. So what I did, it only works on this one slot. That's what this promotion was for. So I go into here, and this is where I messed up. So I saw the coin value right here. It says 50 cents, but that's how much you're betting per line. So really it was a $5 bet. I was trying to do 50-cent bets. I was that's pretty good, that's reasonable, I'll do 50-cent bets. But then I started spinning and it was $5. I didn't realize that right away. So here's I recorded this. This is not live, this is I just recorded it because I didn't know if it would work out well or whatever. And I got a $15 win. I was that's pretty crazy. It doesn't look like a crazy line for $15. And you can keep an eye on my balance down here too. So it's a 231 right now. You can see it's dropping by $5, but I didn't even realize that. Then when I get this wild pop up here, and it starts cooking. It starts cooking. So this is gonna be. I'm gonna speed it up in a second here, but this was the big hit, so I slowed it down. But yeah, right here, pretty crazy hit. $495. I still didn't even realize it was on a $5 bet. I was there's no way that makes sense. For 50 cents as a spin. And that's when I was okay, I think I'm spending a little bit more than 50 cents. So that's when I realized it. You can see the balance up to 737 there. But I'll admit, I got kind of greedy, a little bit ahead of myself. And I thought, all right, I realize I'm spending $5 spins. I might as well just keep spending $5 because, I got to spend $150 on this slot and another $75 for the other promotion. So I'll just do $5 spins for the whole promotion, right? Instead of dropping the bet size. So I just stuck with the $5 spins, and this is sped up now just to show you I was actually still doing the $5 spins. You can keep an eye on the balance too. It gets kind of low at points, but then we hit some good hits throughout this too. So I'm gonna show the whole. There's $105 right there. But I'm gonna show the whole process of me spinning. There's like probably 2 more minutes of this, so if you want to like skip to the gameplay of the video, you can skip ahead. But I just show everything on camera for proof that this stuff is all legit. Even when I mess up and make $5 spins instead of 50-cent spins, I just put everything on camera because I want everything to be recorded. I don't want people thinking I'm like ever adding money of my own or cheating the balance or whatever. I mean, at this point I've been doing it for a year, so I think I'm pretty hopefully pretty trustworthy at this point. And as always, the whole point of my challenge is not to use any of my own money. So if I lost, whatever amount of money, if I lost $100, $200, and I added that money back, that just defeats the purpose of the whole challenge in my eyes. So I know people, like there's new people that come in, they're like, this guy probably loses here and there and, just adds his own money into it or something. I mean, yeah, I could do that, but I would say, man, I was going to do this challenge on or off camera. So I don't do this for like purposely for YouTube, right? This is like the challenge comes first and I record it as like a side thing. If that makes sense. But yeah, either way, that's why I show everything on camera. So yeah, I don't think there's any like super big hits. I do know it. I think the highest was like 870 at one point, and I kept spinning. It goes down to like 700, maybe 6 something. I think it goes down like past 600 or like past 700 into the 600s. And then I think I get one more big hit. And then my baseline was $800. I was like, all right, I'm kind of pushing my luck here. I don't want to lose all this. So I put like a stop loss. Like once we hit $800, I'm going to cash out. So yeah, you can see right here, it's starting to go lower. I'm in the 600s. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm starting to burn everything. And as you'll see here, we get another big hit. Kind of brings us back. I think that was like $90. That was $90. But yeah, this brings us back a little bit. And then at this point, I think this is where I did the $800 stop loss. Like once I hit $800, I'm done. And then it kind of keeps us in it for a little bit. Do a couple more spins, but then yeah, we just call it there. And then we have, here's me claiming that first one, $150. I just realized it's like kind of off center there on the recording, but yeah, it's $150 to get 25. Then if you scroll down here, you'll see it's $75 on slots to get $15. So you got like $40 extra in bonuses there. And then there's my final balance. I just zoomed in on it real quick so you could see it. But we ended up with $839 after claiming those bonuses. So we're like $800, got $40 in bonuses. That's the new balance. All right, so like I said, my game plan today, I think, to be kind of smart, be kind of safe, keep the video kind of entertaining too, we gotta do some gameplay. So for day 389, we're gonna play this day, just because it's a pretty light day. It's pretty much the 1% profit goal. I think the second day here, oh, also, I should mention, I'm gonna include the bonus, the weekly bonus from the website as part of this number here. So we're gonna use that to get that goal and lower our risk of gambling, which I'll explain once we go through the day there. But I think the second day here, I think I'm just gonna call that a wash and just take the L because we lost money. That was the Super Bowl, which I'll show those bets in a few moments once we get to that day. But yeah, we lost some money sports betting there. And then obviously we don't have to gamble this day because we had such a big increase on that website. Bet online, that's where I got that, like what, $600 added to the bankroll. And then maybe this last day we'll play too. I think that's what we're gonna be doing. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. We're gonna hop into the first day here. So if we back this stuff out, we are sitting on day 389 and we have our sports bets for the day. So I'll show those real quick. So we had 2 wins on FanDuel. We had 1 in DraftKings. We had 1. So we had some sports bets wins right there. There's proof of that. And I think we had $3.23 of bonuses, not including the website that I just showed. guess I should probably add that. So I always try to track my bonuses too. So that's included there. So we had $12.57 total in bonuses. Our 1% profit goal would be $44.38 on our $4,438 bankroll. And yeah, we're supposed to get $49 after getting a little bit of losses from Bitcoin. That's pretty much it. Went down like $30. And like I said, I'm gonna use this bonus, the weekly bonus, as part of this number. So we're really gonna be going for like $40 on the website. And our 4% stop loss will be $177. All right, coming into the website, this is our vault money here. We have about $1,000 in there. And then we have our playable balance of the day, which is our 4% stop loss, 177. We're gonna start off on Originals Blackjack. And I will say too, I think if we can pull off a couple wins today on the website, I'm gonna try to withdraw some money. So that'll be dependent on how the whole video goes, but I might withdraw some money at the end of this. We'll see though. Yeah, let's start off with some blackjack here. Try to get like 20 bucks here, hopefully. Live stats are not working, it looks like. Okay. So we have $12, or sorry, 12 against a 16. It's gonna be a stand. Okay. What are up with the live stats here? Let me try to restart that. Should be even. Shows the wagered amount. See if it works this time. But yeah, if we can make some money today, we'll withdraw some money and cash it out. So nice. Yeah, live stats not working. That's so weird. Let me try to refresh the page. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, 7 ace against the 10 is just a hit. Okay. 18, we're gonna stand that. And he busts. Okay, live stats are working now. We're actually up 20 bucks. All right, I think I'm gonna get out of here and hop into a different game. All right, coming into diamonds, I'm gonna reset the live stats actually. We're up 20 bucks already, okay? So we had 177 to start with, we're up 20 bucks. So we need 20 more dollars, all right? So I'm gonna reset this. We're just looking for 20 bucks in profit from now. And we're gonna be doing the down and bear strategy on diamonds that we've been rocking with for a while now. So just in case you're new here and you haven't seen this before, basically what I'm doing is I'm starting off with a 50-cent bet, and every time I win, or I guess every time I lose, add a unit, which is 50 cents. And then every time we win, we will decrease by 1 unit until we make some profit on that sequence. And we're getting some good hits, but this can go on a pretty big dip if we get a ton of losses. You're just kind of hoping to recover as much as possible, obviously, with any strategy, but you know, just trying to explain how this one works. Look at that, 4x, really good hit. We're almost halfway there on this game here. It's up to 150. But yeah, I want to withdraw some money. I had some people suggesting I withdraw money from the website and cash it out, but the only reason I haven't really withdrawn much money recently, first of all, there's a 3x. I'm gonna drop this down to like $2. Yeah, recently we've been really struggling with the bankroll. Let's say the past a couple months or so. So when we obviously get some losing days, we lose 4%. I don't want to have to add money to the website. So I try to keep it a nice little chunk in there. So whenever, let me see, up to $2. So whenever we lose a couple days or a day or whatever, I don't want to have to add money from any other apps. I want to keep it kind of in the website, and then once we have a ton of money in the website, I want to withdraw it, because I never want to like have to pull from our sports betting accounts, our investments, like our crypto or anything. I mean, unless we absolutely have to, but that's gonna be a bad look if we have to, because that means we're gonna be losing like 3 or 4 days in a row, which obviously that's not good. So, but I kind of want to avoid that, because I never want that to kind of be an option where like, hey, I could just like, you know, liquidate some investments or crypto and move it over. But I mean, yeah, the bankroll, I guess the vault, like the website's kind of building up, so I might withdraw money today. Like I said, if we can get some wins, I'll consider it. But one step at a time, you're gonna get some wins first. Starting on a pretty big dip here to 750, $8. Okay, there's a little nice hit, 750. There's a 3x. Okay, let's drop this down maybe to like $5. Probably should have went a little bit less than that. 650. $7. Alright, come on. Come on, dude. Up to 850. Alright, let's go back to 8. 850. $9. Oh boy, this is getting pretty deep. Okay, back down to 9. 950. $10. Oh, this is getting low. 11. All right, there's a little 2x there. We'll take that. Okay, there's a 3x on a 1050. All right, we're still pretty deep. I might lower this a little bit, maybe like $8. There's a 4x. All right, heck yeah. Let's just drop this down to like 7. We'll drop down like 2 units. Okay, back down to 7. Nice. I guess this strategy does wager a ton of money too, which is pretty good. I realize I haven't leveled up in gold yet. I'm still in gold, but like I've been cooking on my progress bar because I think mainly this strategy adds up really fast. All right, let's go back down to $9 here. There's a 3x. Let's go down to like $8. 850. Back to 9. 950. 10. All right, starting to get pretty low again. All right, $11. There's a 3x. All right, let's go down to like 10. 1050. 11. 1150. There's another 3x. Back down to like 10. 1050. We need a couple hits in a row here. Got a ton of losses. I mean, this strategy is a 65% chance of not winning, so I get it, but come on now. There's a 65% chance we hit either a 0.10 or a 0x. But yeah, this is not looking too good. Probably like, okay, there's a 3x. Let's drop this down to like $10. It's a pretty good hit. There's a 2x. Keeping us in it at least. 10. Another 3x. All right. Ooh, all right, let's go down to like $8. Let's cut it down. Let's cut it down. We're definitely not getting a lot of wins, so try to drop it as much as we can when we get some bigger wins. So we're gonna go right back to that bet. Yeah, we're right there again. That quick. There's a little 2x. Go back to 10. 1050. You're already wagered $730. There's a 3x. Okay. Let's go down to like 9. Yeah, let's go down to $9. 950. Okay, back to 9. There we go. 5x on a $9 bet. That's sick. All right, come on, man. We're trending downwards big time here, dude. All right, come on. We got a 4x or we got a 5x. So let's think here. We're down $52. Maybe like 750. I'll drop this down to. There we go. There's a 2x. Let's go down to $7. 750. $8. There we go. A little 2x. Did that even? I don't know if I placed that bet. We'll drop it or we'll jump it up. $9. Starting to go back down again. Come on, man. 1050. 11. Okay, 1050. There's a 3x. I'm just gonna drop it 1 unit. 1050. There's another 3x. Let's go back to $10. Oh boy, it's starting to go back down again. There's a 3x, okay. Let's go down to like 10 bucks. 1050. Man, we were really working for this today. Another 3x. Let's go back down to 10. There we go. 950. 10 bucks. There's a 4x. Okay. Let's go down to like 9 bucks. 950. 10. 1050. Whoa. Don't want to do that. Alright. 11. And we just lost all that winnings right there. Back to $12. Oh man. There's another 3x. Drop us to like 11. 2x. 1050. 2x. Okay. $10. 4x. Okay. Let's go to $9. We just need like 3 or 4 wins in a row, I feel like. Nothing super crazy. Alright, 1050. Sorry, I'm like really trying to focus on this, making sure I'm placing the right bets. But let's go back down to 10 bucks. I think after like a 3x, I'll just drop like 2 units. I think it's kind of my method right now. But let's 1050 here. 11. Okay. It's a 3x. So let's go back down to $10. I feel like we're just staying like super flat. Like, I mean, yes, I guess we really are, which is good. It's better than just busting, but I feel like we need like a little bit of, you know, a little bit of gas here. There we go. Let's go back to $10. 1050. Okay, $10. There we go. We're like 27 bucks away. I should probably drop this a little bit. Let's go to like 8 bucks. There's no reason to keep it that high. It's gonna start taking it back real quick. Yep, it's starting to take it all back. All right, sick, man. Oh, all right. We've wagered $1,400 so far. I think we started this off at like 9 bucks, 12 bucks. Start off at 12 bucks. And we've wagered all this and just trying to get $8 more. We're trying to get to $20 total. We were at $12 and we've wagered $1,400 so far. All right, what did we just bet? $11 and we lost, all right? Yeah. So we're $11.50. 12 bucks. This isn't good. Couple more bets here. Couple more bets, probably like 3 more bets. There's a 5x on a $13 bet. That is crazy. That's crazy. $52 profit. This is getting pretty stressful, dude. Let's go to $8.50. Go to 9 bucks. $9.50. 10 bucks. There's another 5x. Okay. Let's drop this down to like 7 bucks. There's a 4x. All right. I like that. It's $6.50. $2x. We're back down to 7 bucks here. Another 2x. $6.50. I may have dropped the bet a little bit too low, but I guess with the losses, it's not really a bad idea. But just how much we're down. We're down like 70 bucks. I feel like my bet size should be a lot bigger at this rate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. There's a 3x. Okay, let's go to 8 bucks. And I pretty much just lost all that money right back. Took it right back. 2x, $9, 850. Okay, $8. 7 or no, 850. 9, 950, 10. Come on, we need to hit. We need to hit. $3x. Oh man, come on now. Starting to tank again. The bets are getting extremely large. I only have like probably 3 or 4 more bets. There's another 4x. Every time we get so low, it brings us right back. Let's go down to like a $11 bet. Another 2x. Go to 1050. $11. There's a 3x. Let's go to just $10. We'll drop it 2 units there. 1050. 11. There's a 2x. Okay. I mean, dude, it's like keeping us in the game. It's just like toying with us so heavy. So heavy, man. There's another 3x. Let's bring us down to like 9 let's go to just $9. $9. I expect that we're gonna get a few losses here. Yep. There's another 3x though. Back down to $9. There's a 2x, 850. Okay. $9. 950. We're starting to work our way back though. We are starting to work our way back. Come on. Keep it pushing, dude. Come on. There's a 3x. All right, good. Good. $9. There's another 3x. Okay. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. $7 bet. Come on. Keep it going though. I can't go another crazy loss streak. We need to get there. Nice. 750. $8. 850. No. No. We're starting to go back down. Come on. $10. 1050. Alright. There's a 4x. That's really good. It's really good. Let's go to like $9. We'll drop this a good bit. 950. There we go. 4x. Okay. Let's drop this to $8. There we go. 2x. Okay. 750. 850. 2x. $8. Back to 850. $9. Dang it. 950. Dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo, we hit the 50x. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a battle, dude. Wow. I was like, I feel like I was so plugged into that. I was barely talking. But dude. Oh my gosh. We hit it. We hit the 50x. $465 profit on that bet. Dude. That's insane. We just wagered $2,200. We were at $12, trying to go for $8 more to get $20 profit in this game. We need $8. We went through $2,200 wagering here, and then we hit the 50x on a $9.50 bet. That is bananas, dude. That's so crazy. That feels so good. I can't believe we hit it. And it was on a big bet size too. I was always worried we were gonna hit the 50x on like a 50-cent bet size. It'd be like $25. But dude, that was worth the stress. That was worth the stress right there. I mean, I was getting scared. All right, well, that feels great. I think that was well worth it. A lot of time into that, but that paid off pretty darn good, dude. Pretty darn good. All right, let's enter that into the sheet and then we'll move on to the next day. I guess before we hop into the sheet, I did want to say, I did the math and we did a total of 8,126 bets. I should have hit 50x 3 times with the 0.04%, or no, with 0.004% chance of hitting the 50x. I should have hit it 3 times though with how many bets I placed in the seed. So I guess my question to you guys, do you think I should reset the seed or just keep the seed after hitting that 50x? I feel like I should have hit it 3 times already, so maybe 2 more are due soon if it's all fair. I don't know. I'm probably not going to reset it, but I guess you guys always have recommendations on that, so let me know your thoughts on that. All right, so day 389 was a really good win, man. We got $435 in profit on the website. I did back out the bonus from the website winnings here, but it's still included in the actual bankroll, just so this is always, you know, tracking how much we actually won gambling. So I don't count the bonuses in that, so to back that out. But we got like 9.91% profit on the day, which is crazy, dude. That's so crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think at that rate, I don't think there's any reason to risk the bankroll the rest of the video. I'm just gonna probably call it a wash there, because that boosted us up back above the tracker, right? We were at 4,438. We just added $435 from gambling, so right back above the tracker. So that's where we want to be. We want to be above it, ideally. So I think we're just gonna call it right there for any gambling. But I'll go through the next few days here. So day 390, the bankroll would be sitting at $4,756. So it would have been like a $130 loss since the day we just played there. And you can see the biggest thing here is the futures, and that's because the Super Bowl happened back on February 8th. That's when this day took place. So I had a lot of futures that were based on, I don't want to say like the Super Bowl, but like the end of the season. There's a lot of like MVP stuff, a lot of Super Bowl bets, who's going to make it to the Super Bowl, like that type of stuff. So I'll show those bets, but that was like the biggest effect on the bankroll. I think that's why we went down a lot. I didn't do too great when it came to placing those bets and actually making money, but I got 2 screens of bets here. So the first one, you can see all our bets. We lost a decent amount, won a couple. This was an arbitrage bet here. Here's the futures before I hop into that. So there's a futures bet. Just it literally says Super Bowl futures. This is placed like way back, I think in September or August, like when the season started. So I finally cashed out, or we lost it. It was supposed to be for the Bills to get there. But this one was an arbitrage. I just want to take a note of that. So I had a boost on Fanatics. So I got a 100% profit boost up to $100. So I threw $100 on the Seahawks, and I did an arbitrage bet on Bookmaker. So we won like $83 in profit on that bet, the Seahawks winning, but I placed a $63 bet there. So it really profited like $20. So whoever won that game, I was profiting $20. That's how an arbitrage works. It's basically like using a boost and finding different betting odds in different sports books to, I guess, profit no matter what. That's like, I don't know if I explained that properly, but if you sports bet, you probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, either way, it's like, it's a win-win for you. It's just taking advantage of different sports books and boosts and stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty big bet there. So money shifted from like Bookmaker to Fanatics just based on that like big arbitrage bet. And I have one more. I have a whole nother sheet here I'm going to show you guys in a second. And then here's our other sheet. These are all the rest of the bets of the day. We had a ton of Super Bowl bets. But yeah, this is all in DraftKings. We got a bunch of losses there, as you can see. We got like 2 wins, but a super small win here. That was just to enter like I think a bonus bets giveaway. So I just put $1 on that one. And we won a little bet here. But yeah, overall, losing day on the Super Bowl. But those are all of our bets that I placed, just to show you guys that for the day. All right, so you can see, like I said, Fanatics went up a bunch there because of that arbitrage bet. And then all the other movements we just kind of talked about. And then the futures column, like I was saying, it dropped like, what, 290? Yeah, it dropped like $290. So a lot of those futures are based on the Super Bowl, like I said. So that kind of cleared out futures column a little bit. So we did lose some money on the day. We would be at $4,756, and we would need to gamble $175. But since we have this big bonus coming up the next day here, we're not going to even attempt that. There's no reason to risk. That's basically doubling up our 4% that we needed to use. We have to get like 100% return on our gambling, which is going to be very difficult. So I'm not going to risk it. There's no reason to. So let's move on to the next day here. So this is back from February 9th, 2026, and this is day 391 of the challenge. And this is the day that I showed that bet online huge boost. I think it was like $600 total. I don't consider that like bonus money because I did actually wager and like risk money for that. So we had $41.60 in bonuses, and that was from the promotions of wagering that money. The whole reason I started that bet online slot spin. We got $41.60 profit just from bonuses between all the different apps there for the day. And we have our sports bets from the day too. So we only had like 3 sports bets. It was a losing day overall, but obviously since we had that huge increase from bet online, it was still a very profitable day. So just want to show that for proof there. So the balance for day 391 would be at $5,354, but that, like I said, that puts us above the tracker too. So we're like, what, $500 above the tracker? Yeah, we're like 500 above. So we went up 12.57% on the day. No reason to gamble, and that, you know, compared to the last day there, would be like a 10% addition too. If you just erase that from this, we still went up like 10%. So yeah, I'm not gonna risk the money trying to gamble and profit that. So let's move on to the next day here. So we had a couple dollars in bonuses. We had $3.80 in bonuses for day 392. And our sports bets for the day, we only had 1 sports bet and we did lose it. So nothing crazy there, but I guess it does kind of hurt. But either way, yeah, just want to show you proof of that as well. And then you can see, I think Bitcoin dropped a little bit. So we did lose some money between sports betting and cryptocurrency going down. But yeah, on day 392, we're sitting at $5,312, which is still above the tracker. And we went down like 0.78% on the day. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I was going to gamble today and try to get that back. But dude, after getting that $435 win, there's no reason to even, like, we basically already got that, right? You know what I'm saying? No reason to even risk it. So with that said, couple more things here. Let's do a little analysis on how much we went up on the video here. $874 between the giant 50x bet. We got a 50x on a $9.50 bet, and we won $435 gambling today. So a very good day gambling. We were well in profit gambling overall, $760 total for the whole challenge. And then for bonuses between the 4 days here, we had a total of $58 in bonuses. So a pretty good little session, little run on bonuses between all the apps that we use, websites, and then overall the bankroll went up 19.1% in 4 days. 19% in 4 days. That's huge, dude. That is huge. That's a huge return. That is crazy. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. Between the bet online, I already knew that was coming in, that huge $600 increase, but that extra increase is nuts. That's so crazy. So yeah, I guess I'll show you guys this real quick too. This is where we are sitting at right now. So I did, if you've seen a couple recent videos, we were sitting like way up here, but I extended the graph out because we were like getting really close to, running out of the graph. So I had to extend it up to like $8,000 as the top section here. I had to grow the X and Y axis so this graph still fit, because we were starting to get, almost pushed out of the graph. But I know it's a little bit smaller than usual. You can see though, we're above the tracker line. We finally, that big 50x brought us above the tracker line. So we're still ahead now. We're back to being ahead of where we should be in the challenge, which is sick. We were mainly ahead most of this challenge up until recently. We kind of fell below the tracker, but now we're back above it. Just like that, dude. 4 days of playthrough, and we're back. We're back, just like that, dude. It feels so good. That's so sick. Yeah, here's some other stats though. I don't know if I've shown this in a while. I just started Bitcoin buys. I track how much we put into Bitcoin total. Same with XRP. We have this down here, which tracks our total basis in those two. So we should have 1350. $1,350. But I think we're sitting at like $1,000 right now, so we're still down. And then here's our total bonuses collected throughout the entire challenge so far. And here's our win-loss ratio. We have like a 70% win rate right now, which is really good gambling. And I think the last thing I'm going to do is withdraw some money from the website and cash out a little bit. So let's run that, and that'll probably be the end of the video. All right, so we're going to withdraw $840 from our website balance here. And that's pretty much, I'm thinking our stop loss will be like $215 going forward from where we're sitting at right now. And that's like 4 days of stop loss. Well, a little bit less. So we have $800 pretty much in the website now, and it's a little bit less than 4 days of stop loss, which I'm hoping we don't have to use that, but I want to keep that kind of in there. If we can continue to get profit and make money, then we'll keep withdrawing money like here and there, but I always want to keep a little bit of a balance in here, just so I don't have to keep moving money back and forth, paying fees and stuff. So yeah, we just put out $840, so that's pretty sick. Let's make sure that went through to Robinhood and that money actually cashed out. All right, so you can see the money did come through. We had about $1,000 in between Bitcoin and XRP, and you can see USD, it says $840 right there. So we go into USDC. I guess it doesn't show my, maybe because it just came in, it's not showing my actual holdings there, but it did come through, as you can see right there. So our total amount is added up there. I did get between you guys and me, I got a message saying I got like a violation on Robinhood's crypto agreement or something for making a transfer. I did some quick research online, and it said that a lot of people had that issue if they ever moved money from an outside wallet into Robinhood. And I heard stuff where like your account can get locked, you can't withdraw funds, a lot of weird stuff. So I'm probably gonna liquidate my Robinhood account and move everything to Coinbase, or I don't know, dude. That seemed weird, but I know Coinbase I never really have issues with. So I think I'm gonna go back to Coinbase or find another platform or something. But yeah, I don't know. This might be the last time you see Robinhood because I want to get my funds locked up. That's kind of sketchy. Either way, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys did enjoy. Very good episode. We're crushing it, man. If you guys have any thoughts or suggestions, feel free to leave them below. I always read all the comments, and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, join the Discord server, and until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.